Well, hello everyone, this is Joe Drums coming to you. Hope everybody's doing great. I'm doing awesome. Actually, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I've got a little bit of a head cold going on. But like they say, it's going around. So I had that contest going on to kind of figure out what the 3-digit number that was my favorite. And actually, nobody got it right. I was really surprised that you guys didn't get it. But as you see here, I've kind of got the number on the box, which is the Evans Level 360, which is I'm going to talk about today. So the number was 360. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look through all the different numbers that everybody turned in as of, earlier than today, obviously, because you already know the number now. But I'm going to go back and look and see whoever the closest was, and that person I will announce on the next video of mine. So stay tuned for that. But the reason why this is my favorite number is because I don't know if you've heard of these Evans heads. I'm a really big fan of the Evans drum heads. I've been using Remo, don't get me wrong. In fact, I still use Remo on my other kits, my Ringo set, my 2 John Bonham sets. I just like the technology and I like what they've got going on at Evans, at the Evans company, or Diodario company. They're made by Diodario, which also make the guitar strings and bass strings as well. So the cool thing about these drum heads is that the level 360, meaning that it'll actually fit around the bearing edge of your drum 360 degrees. They made these just a little bit wider so that it actually fits on the bearing edge and it fits evenly. A lot of times you'll put a regular drum head on, and this is actually, they did the same thing with the Evans heads. You could put an Evans head or a Remo head or an Aquarian head on, and when you fit it on the head, it actually kind of moves around a little bit. It doesn't sit straight. So it really doesn't give you a good accurate, when you tune it, it doesn't really give you a good accurate tightening of each lug as they go down evenly, because the head kind of might be a little bit lopsided. But they figured this out at Evans, and that's why I'm a really big fan of Evans. And again, with this level 360, that's why that's my favorite number. But when that head goes on, it actually fits on the shell totally perfect. It doesn't move around at all. It just fits right on the bearing edge. And then the rim will go on top of that. And of course the lugs, when you tighten them all down, it made it super, super easy to tune. And that's what I'm all about. I don't like to work too hard for, trying to get a great drum sound. I want to be able to, I know where the tensions need to be on the drums, so I just kind of go right for that. There's another company I ended up getting an app, which is really cool, and you might want to try this out. This app is called, I'll tell you in a minute. It's called the iDrumTech, and it's version 1.2.1, and it's actually a drum tuner. It actually finds the pitch, and it tells you the pitch of each drum, what they should be at, or at least a reference. So if you get a chance, check this out. I've been working with this. It's a little intricate as far as trying to figure it out, but once you do figure it out, it does make a lot of sense, and I like that. So check that out. The other thing I want to talk about today, and we'll do that in just a minute here, is that Logic Pro, which is the recording software that I use. I have version 9, and I just recently bought version 10. They just came out with it. Now, when I bought 9, it came in a box. It had many CDs with it, or DVDs, and it took quite a long time to install, and it was $500. It was $4.99. So now they actually have the brand new version of it. If you guys aren't, recording savvy enough, I don't urge you to get something like this right away. Maybe start off with GarageBand. That's the program that comes with all the Macs or the iMac computers and laptops. They throw that program in. The nice thing about that, the GarageBand, is it records one thing at a time. But if you want to go pro and do exactly what kind of the pros are doing with these, the software, it's amazing what this software can do. So I'm going to go through that today, and we're going to talk about a couple little features that I like off of that program. And we'll see you next time. And remember, the next video that I have will have the announcement of the winner. I'll tell who that is. And you guys, until then, take care, keep rocking, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye. Alright, so here we are in Logic Pro 10. One of the cool things that I liked about this, one of the main features, is that they did change cosmetically quite a few things. One of the major things they did was they had the player that was down here, you know, your fast forward, your rewind, stop, pause, record, all of that was usually down here. And you had to bring your mouse and drop it down to here. They have it up, and it actually makes it easier because this is where your project is and you're doing most of your work there. You might be doing some fader things down here, sliders and stuff, but most of the time you're up here where the music's at, and it makes it real easy to kind of fast forward, rewind, and I thought that was a real great, you know, add-on to it. The other thing that was cool is they added this new thing called Drummer, and you can actually add, now in this particular project, this is actually the project for my theme song, which you heard at the beginning of this video. And the reason why I changed it was the other one I had, you know, first wrote and recorded it. I didn't add quite enough compression and reverb to some of the drums that I thought could be added a little bit more. So I wanted to make it a little bit better and kind of beef it up. And then plus there's some guitar effects that I've added onto this recording that I didn't have before when I did the other recording. So it just makes this one a lot more beefier sounding. My wife said it sounds a little more metal sounding. I thought, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted a little more heavy metal sound to it. But anyway, so that's what I did with this, and I'll play it for you again at the end of this video so you can hear the song again, or you can fast forward it to the beginning again and check it out from there. But the other major thing that I do is when I record, now I have this computer set up over here, I literally have to run around to my drum set. You know, I hit record here and then I run around, I hurry up, but I've got enough leader to where it does a little counter, like 2-measure count in, and then I got to hurry up and sit down and kind of figure out where I'm at. But they came out with this really cool app for the Mac, or for the iPad, that connects with my Mac, and I can actually hit play and record right here on my iMac. I keep saying my iMac. On my iPad, and I don't have to come behind here and run around. I can literally set this up over on a stand by my drum set and do all my mixing and editing and recording and anything I want to do over on that side of the drum set, which is really cool. I can, you know, raise the faders if I need to, and I can adjust things without having to get up and come back around over and over again. So that makes it just a wonderful project. And a wonderful software. So the other thing I wanted to mention to you too, besides the iPad thing, was that, I don't know, for some reason they gave you some better sounds, some better samples. They gave, you know, like I said, they got this Drummer app, which is really cool. I'll probably talk about the Drummer app in another episode, and so we'll talk about that then. But I just wanted to show you basically the kind of setup of this. If you get a chance, check it out. Like I said, I had, and I still have, Logic Pro 9, and I paid $500 for it, and this is only $199, and you get the same thing, but you get everything beefed up better. And you get all the sound effects, all the software, audio tracks, everything that comes with Logic 9 comes with this, plus more. So I think it's a great buy. I think if you guys have the money, and you're really serious about recording and you want to do more than just record one channel at a time, this is some great software to get. Now, granted, you know, once you get the software, you do have to have some way of plugging in the microphones. Now, I have the PreSonus FirePod Studio rack mount units underneath here, and these basically are where all my microphones plug into, and then it goes out to FireWire into my Mac. And that's how I'm able to record this. So you do have to buy some other hardware to make the software work and use it to your advantage. Otherwise, you know, you can buy probably like a $150 model PreSonus. They make like a two microphone input that would work just as well. But it wouldn't have the capability of plugging in more than 2 mics, because I've got like 13 mics on my drum set right now. And you wonder, well, why do I need all those drum mics? Well, I have each mic. I have the bass drum with 2 mics, one on the front, one in the back, and I have 2 mics on the snare drum, one on the top, one on the bottom. And then I have 1 mic for each tom, which I happen to have 5 toms right now. And then I have an alternate snare drum, which is a 13-inch, kind of almost sounds like a piccolo snare. And I have a microphone on that. So when you add up all those microphones, and then plus the 2 room mics, because I like to get the ambience of the room. And those are, the room mics, or sometimes they call them the overhead mics. And so if you add all that up, there's 13 mics. So, and again, you don't have to do all that. Some guys even, back in the Beatles days, they only used a microphone to record Ringo's drum set, 1 mic. It was just stuck in the room and it picked up his drum set. Sometimes they use 2 to go stereo. So it depends on, what your application and how far you want to get into this. Hopefully that shed some light on stuff. If you guys have any questions about Logic Pro 10, I'm getting used to it. I'm still more used to 9. But it's getting a lot easier to use 10, and I'll probably start using 10 exclusively probably in the next couple months here once I learn it. So if you guys got, like I said, if you guys got any questions, let me know. I'm going to be putting brand new drum heads on my DW set very soon with the Evans, the 360, because I've had the original heads on here I took off the original heads that came with them. Those were the Remo, and I ended up putting on the coated G2 on the top, and I decided that I wanted to go clear this time, so I ended up buying the EC2s clear, and I'm going to have those on top, and I'm still going to keep the bottom DW, which are Remo, on the bottom for right now, because I still think they still have a lot of life in them, and I'll probably get the Evans bottoms later on. So if you guys got any questions about that too, let me know. Until then, you guys take care, and we'll talk to you again in the next video.